Right. Right. Good evening, everyone. Online students, good evening. Can you hear me? Can you see the screen? Can you please respond to me in the chat for me, guys? Online students, please check. Can you hear me? Can you see the screen? Please respond to me in the chat for me. Perfect. Perfect. Yes. Very, very good evening, guys. Very, very good evening. So, yes, you can hear me. You can see the screen. All right. Let us start our today's session. So, guys, yes, before settle down. Before starting our today's sessions, as always, let us just try to have a very, very small and a quick recap of the concepts which I had covered in our yesterday's session. Right. Guys, in advanced Java, totally there are three concepts are there. First one, come on, did we start it? Tell me, did we start at JDBC? Did we complete that? Done. Second one, did we start it? Still going on. Third one, did we start it? Still going on, right? So JDBC, servlets, JSP, all the three concepts we started. Of course, JDBC we already completed. Servlets and JSP currently we are discussing. So yesterday we started with the JSP. The main reason why we started JSP because from our servlet program, it is not at all a good programming practice to send the data directly to the HTML, that is web page. No, it's not at all a good programming practice. Basically, servlet is like a controller. We need to write our controller logic inside the servlet. For example, let me make this simple. You know, whatever the logic which we can write inside normal methods, the same logic we can write inside main method. Yes or no? But why we will not write the any logic inside the main method? Because main method means okay, it is there. We should call other methods from the main method. If we are trying to split the code according to our requirements, then it will be easy for us to change the code also according to our requirements. That is the only reason main method is a place where we will be calling other methods. Exactly like that. Servlet is a place where we need to write the business logic, controller logic, not exactly place where we need to write the code which displays in the web page. No, that is not the thing. So that is the reason yesterday we started with JSP. And when we started with JSP, mainly there are, okay, what is the use of this JSP? Very simple. JSP is used to create dynamic web pages. Dynamic web pages. Inside JSP, we can write both HTML tags and Java code. So that is the reason we are using JSP. If we want to write Java code inside JSP pages, we need to use some tags. Like mainly there are three types of tags are there. Scripting tag, not scriptlet. Scripting tag, directive tag, action tag. In scripting tag, some other tags are there. In directive, some other tags are there. In action, some other tags are. But mainly overall, tags are actually classified into three types: scripting, directive, and action tag. Yesterday we wrote the notes related to that, and yesterday we discussed about scriptlet tag. As a matter of fact, we already used that also in our yesterday's session. Where is that? Yeah, here. This is the scriptlet tag. Just a second. Let me try to get it here. Yeah, this is a scriptlet tag. Inside this scriptlet tag, basically we can write any Java code. Any Java code we can write inside the scriptlet tag. Yesterday we speak about this scriptlet tag, and what is this tag, guys? Page directive tag. We already came across this one also. This tag will be automatically created whenever we are creating our JSP page. So yes, we know this. We already covered that. And yeah, of course, yesterday I told you one more thing is for servlets, we are having a separate container. What is that container name? For servlets, it is Catalina. For JSP, it is Jasper. Remember J, JSP, Jasper. Servlet container. I mean, Catalina container. As simple as this. Just try to remember like that, okay? So, yes, yesterday we started with this JSP, and as a matter of fact, we had tried to implement execute our JSP page also. We have successfully did that. Everyone did this? Everyone did this? Okay. Now, Sanya, you're asking, sir, when running the program, I'm getting server error, Tomcat localhost configuration is missing. Try to give the configuration one more time, Sanya. Just delete the server and try to add the server one more time. Otherwise, please show me your laptop. I mean, please bring me your laptop. I'll try to sort it out. Okay. So, guys, from today onwards, we will be dealing with JSP. Sorry, we'll be dealing with MEC, model view controller. So today our intention is I'll let you know basically what is this MVC architecture, what is model, what is view, what is controller, and then we'll be trying to start our first little bit lengthy project. Means I want to connect our Java program, I mean servlet program to the database, retrieve the data from the database, display the data in the web page basing upon MVC architecture. All right. Okay. So first things first, what is this MVC architecture? Just a sec. Let me try to cut. Give me a minute. Close the laptops, please, everyone. Close the laptops. Come on, come on. Close, close. Okay. Now, guys, yes, MVC architecture, model, view, controller architecture. So, yeah, this is the main architecture which we will be dealing whenever we are dealing with whenever we are trying to write our real-time projects, right? M. Please don't go with first M. In MVC architecture, first we need to go with V. V. V means view. How we will be creating the view pages by using HTML or JSP. View, the end product. And for example, yesterday we created a project. I mean, yesterday we created our small application. Whenever we are executing our program, the first thing which is displayed is index.html. I mean, the view. Yesterday what we had created? Product, that product name, product ID, product price, product quantity, that view will be the first model, right? I mean, first stage view. Okay, view dot view. And in order to make this happen, we need to do that with the help of either HTML or JSP. No issues. And in this HTML or JSP only, we will be writing CSS will be there, div will be there, UI, complete UI we can integrate inside this view phase. Am I clear with that? All right. From the view, whenever we gave a click on submit, you know that our action will be redirected to a servlet basing upon URL pattern. Yes or no? We can have multiple servlets, guys. Remember one more thing. Yesterday I got a small message. They're saying that, sir, our server is not starting. It is getting a small problem. In our project, we can have multiple servlets, but no servlets should be having same URL pattern. If your servlets, if both the servlets, two servlets are having same URL pattern, your server only will not start. Will not be able to configure. Every servlet URL pattern should be different. Every servlet. I want you to kindly please do remember this. Why? Because see, 20 days are there still. Still 20 days are there in our servlets concept, servlet and JSP. In these 20 days max, okay, today leave it. Today all project we'll be trying to discuss. After that, we will be discussing one project. It will take nearly 6 to 7 days of time, depending upon how fast you are trying to understand. After that, one more project. That also is going to take another maybe 6 days. So in these 20 days, nearly 2 weeks, below 2 weeks, we'll be discussing two projects. Two projects. In those projects, we will be writing multiple servlets, multiple JSP pages. So whenever we are writing multiple servlets, if you are coming to me and asking me, sir, server is not starting, and if I find that both the servlets are having same URL pattern, I'm not going to accept that. Believe me. Am I clear with that? Basics, very, very important. Basics. Checking the URL patterns, checking the spellings. Spellings literally matters. If the spelling is not correct, you will be getting a null pointer exception. I'll prove you. I'll prove you. Very, very important. Please check with that. Basic scenarios. Anyways, coming back here, when we are dealing with MVC architecture, first we need to go with view. And view means we need to create our HTML or JSP pages. If we give a click on submit, that action will be redirected to a servlet. And in that servlet, we need to write our controller logic. Controller logic means, okay, guys, tell me one thing. Whenever from HTML, if we give a click on submit, a request is actually getting generated. Yes or no? How to deal with that request? How to deal with that request, that we need to decide, that we need to write in the servlet. See, request coming means simply request will not come. Along with the request, the data also will be coming. Yes or no? Data means which data? Exactly, the data which is entered by the user. By with the help of name, we'll be giving. Come on. So that data also will be coming. So how you are actually trying to manage that data? Do you want to perform any operations in the servlet only, or else you want to forward, or else you want to include? All these logics should be written inside the controller. I mean, that is servlet. That is controller phase. Okay, view completed. C, that is controller completed. Then comes M, that is model. Right. When you're speaking about model, we need to use a concept known as bean. Bean class. Java bean class. A bean class will be having four properties. Four properties. Okay. Point number one. Wait, before going to the first point, what do you mean by a mark interface? An interface which does not have any variables or methods. Basically, it is an empty interface. That is actually known as marker interface. I gave you two examples for marker interfaces. What are those? What is the first one? Clonable. Second one, serializable interface. Yes or no? Now, if you want to make concentrate, if you want to make your class as a bean class, the very first thing you need to do is that class should be implementing serializable marker interface. Serialize. I want you to imagine. Don't simply listen. Imagine. Bean class means that class should be implementing serializable interface. So there are no variables, no methods. So no need to override anything. Yes or no? Okay. Serializable. Right. Next one. Every variable in that class should be declared as private. Every variable in that class, you need to declare it as private. Okay. And third point is use encapsulation. Wait, encapsulation. There is a small definition I told you when we're dealing with encapsulation. What is that? It is a process of making the fields as private and providing access to those fields with the help of public method, that is through setters and getters. So basically you need to write setters and getter methods for the variables which are declared in their class. And then please write a public constructor. Public constructor. That's it. That's it. This is a bean class. One more time. A bean class. How many properties a bean class will be having? Four. What are those? Making the class as implementing serializable. Next one. Make all your variables as private. Next one. Provide setters and getters. And final last one is write a constructor. Just write a public constructor. No need to write any data inside the constructor. Just write a public constructor so that we'll be able to create an object of that class throughout your project anywhere. Throughout your project anywhere. Am I clear with that? These are all the four properties. If a class is having these four things, then that particular class can call it as Java Bean class. And believe me, this Bean class will be having a huge impact. Trust me. Trust me. Bean class. Okay. Fine. We'll be creating a Bean class. In that Bean class, we'll be having some setters and getters. Yes or no? So with the help of setter methods, we can set the value. And after that, with the help of getter methods, we can get the value. Keep that point in mind, right? And after that, there is a DAO layer. DAO layer. See, model means when I'm speaking about, just a second. When I'm speaking about model consists of DAO layer, database, and bean class. All these three things will be considered as a model. Please don't think like model means only Java beans. No, in model, Java beans plays actually a damn crucial role. It plays a very crucial role. But don't think like only Java beans is model. No, no, no. Model means we are dealing with MVC. Yes or no? Model means we need to deal with Java beans, we need to deal with DAO layer, and we need to deal with the database. Okay, DAO. What do you mean by DAO? DAO means data access object. What is that? Data access object layer. In this DAO layer, we will be trying to connect our Java program to the database. Means we need to write the code. Okay, URL, driver name, username and password. Yeah, exactly. And after that, connection dot, no, wait, driver manager dot get connect. Yes. Prepaid statement. Yes, all these kind of code we need to write inside the DAO layer, and that DAO layer will connect with the database. Database will generate a response. Means if the data is present, data will be retrieved. Otherwise, data will not be retrieved. So now I'm coming back. One more time, I am saying this. From view, consider this red color as request. From view, request will be coming to the servlet. From servlet, that request will be going to Java Bean. Means we need to deal with Java Bean. From Java Bean, it will be going to DAO layer. From DAO layer, it will be coming to the database. From database, again, the data will be coming back to the DAO layer, and it will be going into the Java Bean, and that Java will be coming to the servlet, and then the response will be generated to the JSP. That is view. This is actually known as Model View Controller Architecture, MVC dot. Am I clear with this? In this MVC architecture, Java Beans plays a very crucial role. So what are the properties for a Java Bean class? If you want to make your Java class as a Bean class, how many properties you need to have? First one, please read. Must implement either serializable. Don't say serializable, it's like serializable. Okay, next one. Java Bean class must have public default constructor. Next one. All the Java Bean properties must have public setters and getters. All Java Bean instance variables should be dot. These are all the four properties for a Java Bean class. Am I clear with this? Okay, and now after this, we'll be trying to, okay, so there is some data is there like set attribute, get attribute, remove attribute, and get attribute name, servlet programming, get method, post method. All these, first, I want to write a project. By writing the project, after that, we'll be trying to write this in your notes. What do you say? Why? Because, instead of theory, I advise you to first go with our code. After the code, then easily you'll be able to understand this theory in this particular scenario. So as of now, do me a small favor. First, I want you to write this diagram and then this Java Bean. After that, we'll start with our project. I want you to go a little bit fast today. Little bit fast, boys, girls, little bit fast. Believe me. Yeah, please. Open and come. Jyotirmay is asking, sir, what is the need of implementing serializable? Jyotirmay, you know why we need to implement serializable, right? We need to implement serializable because anyone, why we need to implement serializable? Object streams. Did you remember object streams? Converting an object into network supported format or file supported format. So I'll be able to send my bean class object through network, right? Not threads, sir. Vineet, that is synchronization, not serialization, synchronization. So if I want to send our Java bean class object through network, it is possible if that class is implementing serializable. Okay, Jyotirmay, what's the problem? Is it done, guys? No? Come on, come on, come on. Please. Don't on your laptops until I say, did you completed it? Now, after that, please write what is Java Bean. Not on a small question. What is a Java Bean? Kindly please have this in your notes. You will understand this word reusable very soon. This one. What do you mean by this reusable software component? Instead of explaining, you will understand whenever we are dealing with the project. We will use bean class very frequently. Don't on your laptops. Wait. Online students, if completed, kindly please message me in the chat. Done? Sorted? Please check this. Okay. Alright, guys. I guess it's completed for everyone. All right. Okay. Just a sec. Okay. So, Shakti is asking, sir, although we are able to achieve the results using servlets and HTML, I mean the same code as in JSP, we are able to write in servlets as well. So, what is the practical use of JSP? Same question for you, Shakti. We can write multiple actually logics inside the main method, but why we'll be writing different methods and why we'll call all those methods on the main method? What is the practical use of main method? Okay, before going to that, Shakti, kindly please think and do let me know, give the answer, okay? Right. Now, is it done, guys, for everyone? So, in order to make this happen, like in order to understand our MVC architecture, let us try to create a simple project. A simple project. Wait, don't close your books. Wait. A simple project. Look at it. Feel free to discuss. No worries. Did you understand the layout? Yes. So basically, first, what we need to create? First, we need to create index.html. In index.html, we need to have an option like add EMB details, and two options actually, not buttons, not tags, not option tags. Exactly. My intention is I want you to create hyperlinks. If you want to create hyperlinks, you know which tag we need to use. Anchor tag. We need to use anchor tag. So here we are having two options. Add EMP details, view EMP details. Regarding this view EMP details, there is one more layout for that, Wait for this. Not exactly today. This UMP details. Wait, we'll see. First, let us go with the add EMP details. Basically, employee table is the first table which we had created in our JDBC. You remember that? In that employee table, we are having employee ID, employee first name, employee last name, employee salary, and employee address. So in JDBC, directly by using prepared statement with the help of scanner class, we are able to insert the data in JDBC. The same thing I want to make that happen by using MVC architecture through servlets and JSP. So if I gave a click on add EMP details, it should be redirected to one more HTML. What is the name of that HTML? emp.html. And in this emp.html, I'll enter employee ID, first name, last name, salary, address, and I'll give a click on submit. I'll give a click on submit. If I give a click on submit, my action should be redirected to add emp servlet. Okay. In this add emp servlet, I need to use employee bean. This is a class. This is a class. Now, in this employee bean class, how many variables we need to take? Exactly. Five variables we need to take. Why five variables we need to take? We are having five attributes, right? So what are those five variables? I need the data type also. I need the data type also. Tell me. String, string, EMP ID, string, first name, string, EMP last name, string, no. Int, int, sal, string, address. All these are private variables. I need to generate setters and getters for those. Okay. And of course, I need to write our public constructor and that class should be implementing serializable. Up to here means first write index.html. In the index.html, both these are anchor tags. Both these are anchor tags. Here, for this anchor tag, you need to refer your anchor tag to emp.html. Do you know how to refer your anchor tag? At the rate href, sorry, anchor tag href equal to emp.html. How many of you did not covered UI? Raise your hands. So, are you understanding anchor tag and all those? Little bit trouble. Okay, no worries. So that's the reason. Anyways, no problem. So fine. So what I want to do is first create index.html. Inside that, these two should be hyperlinks, anchor tags. If I gave a click on add EMP details, our data, like our action should be redirected to emp.html. In emp.html, write all this data and use URL pattern as AES. What do you mean by AES? Add employee servlet. Did you understand? Obviously, in this HTML, we need to use that URL, na? Form action tag. Use AES, all small letters. You can use anything, but let's be equal. Okay. So everyone, let's try to use AES. So it will be redirected to add employee servlet. In that employee servlet, don't write anything. Don't write anything. Why? Because from today onwards, we are going to deal with HTTP servlet. Generic servlet gone. From today onwards, we'll be dealing with HTTP servlet. So just create that add EMP servlet and leave like that. And create an employee bean also. Wait, where we need to create employee bean? Where we need to create employee bean? Where? Okay, where you will be creating your servlet? I'm sorry? Java? Yeah, means inside a package. Inside pack one, we'll be creating a servlet, right? In the same package, create EMP bean also. Sir, what is that EMP bean class name? It's just a Java class. It's just a Java class. Yes or no? Start. Come on, go ahead. Let's go. And kindly please make sure to add Servlet API to the build path. Servlet API to the build path. Okay, what is our application number right now? Did you note down this? You did not note down? You need to note down. Sorry. Sorry. Please write it down. Why? Because I'll not be here. That image will not be here. I need to write the code now. So please note it down. Come on, come on, come on. Go ahead. Sir, I'll take a snap. No. Right. 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 Please write. It will not take much time. Hardly 3 minutes, I guess. Come on. Don't use scales and measurements. Just write something. Don't use any predefined names, Jyotirmai. You can create like that, but don't use predefined names. Basically, Servlet is an interface, right? So why don't use, better use com.pack one. Fine, no problem. Make sure to write those numbers also. DAO layer means data access object, Santosh. Data access object layer. All right, done? Yes. Now start. Open your laptops. And what is your application number? App 7. Let's go with app 7. Go. Make sure to change your module version to 4.0 and don't forget to give a click on generate web.xml. Be fast. Otherwise, you will be lagging behind. Trust me. Be fast. I just want to check whether. Yeah. If you observe here, this is emp.html. Okay, anchor tag. Here for this anchor tag, I'm giving view. What is this? We'll discuss that tomorrow. Wait for it. Kindly please write like this view. And after writing this, please check whether you are able to get your web page or not. Instead of emp.html, can I go with add emp.html? That will make more sense, I guess. Name emp.html. Okay, I'm going to give add emp.html. Add. Or else your wish. Okay, why add? I'll go with emp.html only. Why? Because in the layout you have given emp.html. Let's go with emp.html. No problem. After this, I need to create emp.html. Check the layout. Check the layout. index.html complete for everyone? Okay. Yeah, Prasanna, that is good. Good eye. So, question where we can use field set tag. Basically, that is used to group the data, Prasanna. The view, we can do that by using field set, by using legend tag UI. That is completely UI, not in, we will not be covering that here. You want to group the data, we can use field set tag. All right. So, is it done? Okay. Employee ID, EID. Employee first name, EFN. Last name, ELN. Employee salary, ESAL. Employee address, E-address. Please execute your project. Are you able to execute it? And if you are executing, right click, run as, run on server. Oh, let me just try to save this. Right. Save. Okay, and you should be getting something like this. If you give a click on add employee details, you should be getting like this. Are you able to get this? How many of you complete raise your hands? Almost everyone. Okay. Now let us deal with our servlet. So first, let me just try to create a package. Go to new, select package. I'm going with pack one. Okay, finish. Inside this package, new and class. What is the servlet name I have given? Add EMP servlet. Add EMP servlet. Add EMP servlet. Give a click on finish. Add EMP servlet. Okay. Wait for it. Don't write anything. Please wait. Don't write anything. Create a class. In pack one, create one more class. And what is that class name? EMP bean, EMP bean class, EMP bean. Give a click on finish. And inside this, we need to take five variables. private, string, string, E underscore ID, string, E underscore ID, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. E F I R S T first name, Elastname last name. E sal E address. So this is actually int private. Let me go like int. And after that, we need to generate setters and getters for this. Let me just try to generate setters and getters. And then what we need to do, we need to write a constructor public emp bean public just a normal constructor. No need to write anything. And implements serializable marker interface. Implementing serializable marker interface. Yeah, that's it. You know how to generate these setters and getters methods. Generate. Everyone should be doing this, guys. Done? Okay. I guess it's complete for everyone. Now, coming back to our servlet, coming back to our servlet. Now, I want you to inherit HTTP servlet. I want you to inherit HTTP servlet. So tell me, implements or extends? Just let me try to ext and is extends HTTP servlet. And we'll not be getting any error. Will not be getting any error. I told you in HTTP servlet, all 5 abstract methods are already implemented. So we need to write our own logic. We'll be having a freedom to write our own logic. Now, please check with emp.html. I want you to please check emp.html. In emp.html, we are using a method. What method we are using here? Post. Guys, please listen. Please listen. Just a second. Just a second. Listen. In HTTP servlet, there are two methods are there mainly. Do post, do get. Do post, do get. In HTML, which method we are using in our form action tag, same method we need to use in our servlet. For example, here, which method we are using? Post. So listen, understand the basic. If you are strong in the fundamentals, then fine. One more time. In HTML, in form action tag, here we are using post. So in this servlet also, we need to override a method known as protected void do post method at the rate override. Immediately we will be getting an error. Why? Because do post method is a parameterizer method. How many parameters? Two. Two parameters. What are those? HTTP servlet request, HTTP servlet response. Whenever we are dealing with the generic servlet for service method, of course, it is also parameterizer method. How many parameters are there? Two. What are those? Servlet request, servlet response. Currently, what are the parameters we need to use? HTTP servlet request, okay, REQ, comma, HTTP servlet response, just SCRVL servlet response RES. Am I clear with this? Okay. Now, here, which method we are using? See, I want you to please listen when I'm explaining. Otherwise, again, you'll come to me, sir, I'm having an error. Listen. Which method we are using? P small letter or capital letter? Remember that. Remember that. Okay. Now, why we are using do post? Because here we are using post. If I write get method here which method I need to use? Do get. As a matter of fact, if I'm not writing any method also, I need to use by default, it will be considered as get method. Get method. Okay. So here which method we are using? Post. So here also which method we need to use? Post. Sir, what is the difference between do get and do post? Yeah, wait. I'll let you know. Please wait. First, let us try to concentrate. Now, up to now, is it clear, guys, for everyone? Respond. Carry on. Up to here. First, write up to here. After that, what I need to do, what you need to do, I'll let you know. First, write up to here. If possible, try to write without saying. And yeah, there is a chance for getting an exception. Throws. Let me go like servlet exception and IO exception. No need to. You are speaking. No need to write this. We are overriding actually. Check the spellings clearly. Come here. Write override and show me the. Show me. Give me the laptop. What you have written here? Hmm. Don't, don't, don't repeat that. Don't thought that's what I told you. Don't repeat that. What you need to write? What you are writing? Check that. I'll not accept spelling mistakes. Again, I'm saying you. Write it clearly. Please don't be confident that you have written entirely correct. No. Check that twice. Check that thrice. Please check the parameters. What are the parameters? HTTP servlet request and HTTP servlet response. Online students, I want you to kindly please respond to the chat if completed. Service server exception, not server exception. It is servlet. Servlet. Servlet exception, not server exception. Bindu, good eye. Yeah, Bindu and Prasanna. Servlet exception and IO exception. Servlet. This is servlet exception. Servlet exception. Please check that clearly. Done? Amma? Yeah, we need to write our web servlet annotation also. Let's go with that. Web servlet. And what is our web servlet annotation? AES. Okay, fine. AES. Right. Now, guys, please listen. Up to now, is it complete for everyone? Respond. Yes? Ah, good. Now, listen. You said it's completed. Then listen. Okay. From, no, in my servlet page, in this servlet page, what I want to do, I want to assign the data. I want to assign the data to my private variables which are present in my employee bean class. One more time I am saying this. Listen. In my employee bean class, I'm having private variables. For all these private variables, whatever the data which is given by the user, user will be entering employee ID, employee first name, last name, like that. All this data from the servlet, I need to assign that data to these variables. So if I want to set the data, which method I need to use? Setter methods I need to use. Obviously, I'm having here set EID, set E first name, set E last name, yes or no? So I need to call these methods. I need to call these methods. If I want to call a method present in a class, we need to call that method with the help of its respective new please wait, don't write, please wait, new emp bean, okay, new emp bean equal to, let me go like e bean belongs to emp bean. Am I clear with this? Okay, now I need to call the method. I said please listen. I know you are excited. Please listen. Now with the help of this reference, we need to call a method. We need to call method. Let us first try to set emp id. So if I want to set emp id, can I call e, tell me, e bean dot set eid, and here you know that we need to write a string parameter. We need to pass a string parameter. So here can I use request dot get parameter, and here what I need to give, whatever the name I have given, exactly the same name I need to give here. Am I clear with this? Nanam, one more time I am saying, Ra, in this particular line, the same line we need, right, for remaining all the variables also. In those lines, there is a huge chance that spelling mistakes. You will do spelling mistakes. So if you are coming with me with a spelling mistake, if you are coming with me with, if you did not write the required code, I am not going to accept. Am I clear with that? So take time, write clearly the code. First program, if you are perfect, remaining programs you will be able to understand. No problem. Am I clear with that? Let's go. Please carry on with the remaining things also. And whenever you are giving the salary, you know what you need to do. Yes. Remember that. Is it done? How many of you completed raise hands? Completed raise hands. Very few. Carry on. Take time. No worries. Okay. I guess it's complete for everyone. Now, coming back to my layout, I wrote my employee bean. I wrote my EMP servlet. Still, we need to write some more data inside this EMP servlet. But first, let me try to deal with the DAO layer. In this DAO layer, I need to create DB info. DB info, that is an interface. I want to make it as an interface. Let's try to create an interface. Let's go. Come on. Create an interface inside pack one. New interface. Interface name is DB info. DB info. Okay. DB info. Now inside this DB info, I will be having all my variables, JDBC variables. all my JDBC variables. And you know that inside an interface, every variable is by default public abstract. Variable public static final. Let me just try to write one more time. Public static final. Just for our confirmation. By default. All these are by default public static final. Public static final. After that, I need to take one more class, that is DB connect. Let me try to take one more class, DB connect, CONNECT. The class name is DB connect. Okay. Now here PRIVAT private. First, I want to take a constructor of this class, CONNECT, so that no one will be able to create an object for my class. Okay, private constructor. After that, PRIVAT private static CONNECT event connection con. I'm going to make my variable connection con as private. After that, I'm going to create a static block. Inside the static block, I'll be dealing with the try catch. Sir, why static block? Why? Because there is no main method here. Right now we are dealing with servlets. There is no main method. So directly I'm writing the data inside the static block. Automatically it will be getting executed by our container. And here, let me just try to make this as null. And after this, normally we will be going with our connection. First, we need to load the driver. What is the code? I mean, did you remember the code for loading the driver? Class dot for name. And here what we need to go? Driver. Okay, driver driver. Just let me try to write like this. And after that, what we need to give? What is that? Driver manager dot get connection. And here we need to go with the URL. And here we need to go with the username. And here we need to go with the password. Just let me PWD. We need to go with the password. Return type for this is connection. And here e dot print stack trace method. I'm just trying to write like this. And now I'm just going to write a method public connection get con. The method name is getCon. And here return return con. I'm just trying to write like this. Take a minute time and tell me, is this right? Uh, if possible, try to please look at the board. Please tell me, is this right? No. In the place of driver, what we need to get actually the driver, right? Where is our driver present? Our driver is actually present inside a interface, that is DB info. And I made them, of course, every variable inside an interface is by default public static final. So can I write interface name? What is the interface name? DB info dot dot geta. Just driver dot driver. Now here also in the place of URL, please tell me the code, guys. Please tell me the code. dbinfo dot db URL and remaining all are same. Just let me try to go like dbinfo dbinfo dot username, that is uname, and here dbinfo dot password. First you write this, after that I'll try to explain you one more small concept. Done? In online, there are 75 students are there and 74 students are there and only 4 to 5 people are responding regularly. I don't know what others are doing. Done? All right. Now, please listen. You know, in this particular program, okay, this is fine, no issues. I'm not saying no for it. But every time if you're writing dbinfo.driver, dbinfo.dburl, dbinfo.dbuname, dbinfo.dbpassword, if you are facing that little bit trouble, there is one more small separate import known as static import. What is the word? Please observe here. import import static pack1 pack1 dot dbinfo dot star dbinfo dot star. Whenever we are using this static import, then what happen, no need to use that interface name. Directly you will be able to access your static data members just with the name. Just with the name. This is one more option. This is another option. Okay. So if you are comfortable with old thing, you can go like that. No problem. Otherwise, there is this option is also there. Feel free to use which one you are comfortable. You can use that. You can use that. This particular concept is known as static import. Okay. So I'm just keeping this in comment. I'm just keeping this in comment. If I'm keeping this in comment, immediately I'm getting an error here. Why I'm getting an error? We need to use that interface name, right? So let me just try to use that interface name. Which one you are comfortable, you can use the same. There is this concept is available. I just want to give you that idea. That's it. This is static import. Static import. You'll be using this in your Spring mostly. Okay. Now, most important point you need to do it. Most important part of the project, as a matter of fact, entire project. Guys, up to now, how many jar files we have imported into our project? Only one. What is that? Servlet API. Okay. Everyone stop coding. Stop coding, everyone. Eyes on me. Listen. Okay. Right now, obviously, whenever we are dealing with our JDBC, sorry, whenever we are dealing with our database, pretty much damn sure we need to import, we need to add one more jar file into our project. You know that. What is that? Code JDBC 6 or 11 according to your Oracle version. Previously, directly in the build path, we have added. I'm not going to say this again. Listen to this clearly. If you are not doing exactly what I'm saying, your project will not be able to connect to the database. Listen, right now, what we need to do, first, let me just try to check my DB jar. Where is my DB jar? DB jar. Okay. In DB jar, my version is Oracle 11. So I'm copying